Hello everybody, I would like to show you a little tutorial for the movable builds data pack that I made. Let's start simple. So this is something that has been possible for quite a while, and let's just click a build to scan this, and then you can move it any way you want. Using comments, you can make it rotate, move forward, and a lot of other things. But now I would like to show something that I added. Let's start very simple. It's something that I called hinges. So let's show it by indicating this block will be a hinge. And then if we now scan it, that means that we scanned it starting from this. It means that when it reaches this block, it will consider this part, the tail, as a new structure. So we can show this with the info tool. So this part is highlighted, and this part is a different structure. It has a different ID, as you can say. So which means we can move it separately. When we move the main structure, the substructure, the subbuild, moves with it, but we can rotate the tail separately. We can even move it separately, but that will reset when we move the main build. So let's move it here. Let's put it on the ground. And so this is the idea of the tail. So let's see how we can use it. Or no, what was it? 3, 4, 3, 5. Right. So that means if we now run this command, the tail will move. And we can also use move the scorpion. If we fill in the correct ID here, it will go a bit forward, and we can still move the tail. So another new thing is the info tool. So as I showed before, you can highlight which part and you can get the ID. You can also use it to easily remove an existing build. So let's first explain a bit how everything works. So let's say we want to start scanning from this block. That means we use this scan tool on this block. But that means that from this block, it will go in all 6 directions. So left, right, up, down. And then it will see if there is a block, it will attaches to the structure and so on. And then it starts then it does the same on this block, and then it goes on. So it sort of works in layers. So first this is layer 0, then it's layer 1, 2, 3. But when it meets a block that's marked as a hinge, so with this tool, yeah, that's not what I meant to do. So the sign is messing with me. Okay. So now that block is marked as a hinge. That means it will first scan everything that is attached to that block before continuing. So that means this is layer 1 again, and so on. So of course this is no problem if the two structures are connected only through the hinge block, but it gets a bit more complicated if there is like a block in between that we don't want to connect. That's the ignore tool that we can use for this. So if it comes in this at this block, it will start scanning in this direction, and then we can say no, we don't want, we want you to stop here, ignore this block for now. And so the first time this block is scanned, it will be ignored. But then when this structure is scanned, it will continue again over here. And then this block, because it has been ignored already once, it is possible to be added to the structure. It's also possible to use this tool multiple times on one block, and then it will be ignored multiple times. Let's now try for something more complicated. So I built a little helicopter here, and we would like to have the rotors be able to rotate independently. So we will first mark this as the hinge, like I call it. But the problem here is that this rotor is also connecting over here. So that's why I also have this ignore marker. So the thing is, we will start scanning here, and it will already scan this. And then I had actually a lot of trial and error to figure out how much every block needs to be ignored. So I can, if I click it once, this will be ignored once. But I can click it again, like I just did now, and then it will be ignored twice while scanning the whole structure. So I'm just gonna mark them like I remember from my testing. This one needs 3 times, also 2 times. These are just ones. I'm not sure all of them are necessary. And then the last thing is I'm gonna start scanning here, so I just need to aim very carefully that I hit this block. And let's see if this worked. We can use the info tool, and now we can see that only the rotor is a sub-build, and the rest is the root structure actually. So let's try to have it rotate. So it ended with 47, the ID, so I'm just gonna change it over here. It's doing the rotate clockwise function for this one, and now it is rotating. So let's lower it a little bit. Okay, so the other ID is ending with 46. So let's first make it go forward. 46. So this is right in this case, but that depends a bit how you build it in your world. So that's why it's called, I need to use the function right to go forward. So as you can see, that's going forward. We can also rotate the whole helicopter. 6, and then it rotates. You can also, this one is to go up. I clearly prepared a few common blocks. So whoop, it goes up. This one goes down. 6. Up. And this one is counterclockwise rotation. So let's also this one 6. Go. Let's show it. Oh wait. Yes. Let's go up again because we're in the ground. Now we can go forward. We can make it rotate back. And the rotor just keeps spinning, and the helicopter is disappearing in the distance. Finally, I also wanted to show you this clip. It's an even more complicated structure I made with this data pack. So yeah, even this is possible. Thank you very much for watching.